And it says we are live. I'm here. You're beautiful. It's Thursday night. That must mean that it's time for GotBot Goes Live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton. Lets you know when content of all sorts goes appear on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor. All the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. So tonight we will talk about a number of new in-hand images, some new listings, some stuff from Yolo Park, some guests for TFCon that are still being announced for LA, which is coming up really like soon, very close upon us. We will do trivia. We will do a very little tiny unboxing, as you will see. And the reason I'm doing it is because, again, a little bit behind the scenes here now. So tomorrow will be Brawl, my review of Brawl. And patrons and channel members have already gotten a little bit of a preview of that with my first thoughts, my first impressions, pretty much right out of the package. And then next Tuesday will be Soundwave and his cassettes. Then we have like a few more items that I already have like filmed and recorded. And I've shown everything that I have filmed and recorded except for one item. So I will show that tonight. It's a bit of a throwback. Actually, it's a lot of a throwback to about 2009, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll show it now. Then we're probably going to have next week without an unboxing. I keep saying that, and I keep doing them. I'm thinking next week we'll probably won't, and the week after, then we probably will get back to it. Yeah, that sounds about right. I do believe. So let's see who we got here. Let's check in with you guys before we kind of get going here. Hey, Francis. Hey, Master Fire. Happy birthday, Master Fire. Hope you've been having a great one. Thursday seems like a good day to have a birthday. Hey, Mike. Hey, Dragonfly. Okay, so we're going to kind of kick things into high gear, and we're going to begin right away with a little bit of TFCon news and this. Michael Bell, the legendary Michael Bell, Bombshell, First Aid, Brainstorm, Prowl, Scrapper, Sideswipe, Swoop, all of those wonderful G1 characters voiced by the great Michael Bell, who will be at TFCon Los Angeles, of course, coming up pretty soon, March 13th to the 15th. So we're looking at what? 2 weeks away, something like that, roughly. It's the same weekend as Patty's Day weekend, St. Patrick's Day weekend, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, he's going to be at TFCon LA as well. Some new merch. If you're into clothing items and that sort of stuff, some new merch. This is like golf-oriented clothes, but I mean, you could wear it wherever you want to wear it. You could wear it on the golf course, or you could just wear it for fun. Optimus and Megatron here. I like this one. I really like the detailed design over this. It has like a comic look feel to it while also being almost a little bit Paisley-like. I like, you know what? Your boy likes a little bit of Paisley. I kind of like this one too. I mean, if you like the Dinobots, how wouldn't you like this one, you know? I like this too. It's it's very simple, obviously, but the red fading, or I should say the dark blue or black fading into the red, I find that really nice. Same here if you want to go Decepticon side of things. I don't even know what these are. It looks like club covers, I think. I do believe. I mean, it's obviously a heavily golf oriented, right? With your tees and your pins and your shirt. Like, I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, certainly the shirt you could get, wear, use wherever. I love that with all the Dinobots on it. Same there. I like that, right? The comic. But like, again, backfired almost has a bit of a Paisley look to it. But I really like it. I think it would turn out really well. Love this shirt. and this one, but I think it really stands out more with the red. I love purple. Purple is my favorite color, but I think it stands out better against the red. These are definitely meant for, putting on the heads of your clubs. Nice, stylish, if you're into golf. I know a lot of people are. I know a lot of Transformers fans certainly are. And if I'm getting some of this equipment and stuff wrong, I apologize. I have family who's very much into golf. A custom grip, right? I have family who's very much into golf. My uncle, my cousin. I've played it a couple of times. It's certainly more fun to play than it is to watch on TV. I'll say that, right? Custom grip is nice. The little pins, badges, I don't know what they are. They seem like pins to me. So yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward stuff, but cool all the same. Hey, in the US, apparently Target all over, well, a lot of places have put out a number of products, including the Studio Series Hound in his lone release. I don't know if any of this is going to come here. Target stuff used to come to Toys R Us. They're closed down. So I don't know if any of this will even come here, to be honest with you. I would assume it will probably end up going fed through EB Games. Usually that's where this sort of stuff goes to now. But time will tell. That's the new Hot Rod with the more magenta colors. The Scourge. The Scourge is excellent, by the way, if you don't have it. Now, they're all street dated apparently from March 1st. So beware if you go to your Target and they're like, oh, I can't sell that to you. You might have to wait till after the weekend, but I don't know why they wouldn't. And this is the One Shall Stand Optimus Prime, which is the later class version that has the damage and stuff, if you want that. So all of that being cited at Targets across the U.S. And then we have a few listings. And I thought that this was pretty interesting. So a couple of things here. First, there is a Transformer Generations Prime Leader Mega Zarak, which it seems like it's going to take over for the reissue of the Megatron, right? And I think a lot of people will like that. It's a BotCon nod, if I'm not mistaken. If you like that mold, cool. I don't know the mold. I really don't know the lore behind the Mega Zarak. So I don't know. I don't know if I would be in for this. I don't have the mold. I didn't need the Megatron or Galvatron. So I don't know. We'll see. Then there is a Selects multi-pack with Ironhide, who I assume is going to be the 86 with solid plastic on the windows. Maybe he'll have his stripe. I painted mine on. He should have had his stripe all along. And Blue Streak. Blue Streak, as I recall, or Silver Streak if you prefer, but this version would be Blue Streak, ironically. As I recall, he came out as part of like a subline to Walmart. And it was Sound Blaster, who I also have, this guy, the cell-shaded Siege Megatron, and the cell-shaded Siege Optimus. And I managed to get this guy and the Megatron. And I said then, hey, I don't think that this guy or not the Megatron, the Sound Blaster. I don't think this guy or the Sound Blaster should be exclusive because they're their own unique characters. They should have just been released. So I'm assuming it's the Earthrise mold for this guy. I love it. I think it's a great version of the character. Happy to have it. Have never had any issues with him. So make of that what you will. And of course, the Mirage. Now, for me, I used the arms of the Earth mode Mirage, but I preferred the body of the Siege Mirage. I assume the new one will be another Earth mode reuse. I didn't find the Earth one as smooth in the transformation as the Siege one for some weird reason. So I wasn't sold on that one as much as this one. Could it all be new molds? Sure. I don't think that's what we're going to get, but time will tell for sure. Also, we have coming to Walmart, their capsule, if you want to call it that, will be Energon. And we'll have a Dark Energon Megatron, who is going to be the minor, like Siege Earthrise Megatron, the minor one that came out in the 2-pack with Orion packs. It will be that in a black and purple deco, basically. Siege Optimus in blue will be the Energon Optimus Prime. I don't know, I guess because he has Energon going through his body, but it's the Siege mold. Great mold. Interesting one to pick to use for, but whatever. And then Siege 6-gun and Slammer. And it's saying Siege Slammer, but it was actually Kingdom Slammer. Retools as Cybertronic and Cybertread. Now, some people have said, okay, that's cool. A couple of people, our buddy Daryl, for example, wondered if these might be retooled to become limbs for Nexus Prime. I don't know. I guess time will tell. Certainly Cybertronic and Cybertread are very generic sounding names. I don't see how either of those would be used as a limb. Not a solid limb anyway. But hey, maybe. Who knows? It'll be interesting to see exactly what the retools are. And I think the multi-pack, I think, will help a lot of people that missed out on one or all three of the Mirage, the Blue Streak, Silver Streak, and the Ironhide. Very, very interesting. I like all of these, but yeah, I guess time will tell exactly what it is we get from them. Oh, didn't mean to go in there. Sorry. Onslaught in-hand images from Toys R Us. Toys R Us. And I mean, you can see, like, he's right there in line with the other guys, obviously, right? There you go. This is the one I was going for. You can certainly see his size compared to the Superion and the Menasor. Some have argued that he's slightly bigger. Maybe. He seems to be slightly bigger, but I don't know if that's just a visual trick. It's hard to tell with the way the blasters are behind him. But head-to-head, he looks a little taller. It might just be the positioning of the chest. Time, again, will tell. I mean, that looks pretty good, I gotta say. It hits all the marks that Bruticus should have. It really does. I'm not sold yet on these lower legs, man. And I hate the green on the arms. But the torso looks wonderful. So does the like pelvis and upper legs. And the head. And the back. The back is very clean. So I'll give credit where credit is due for now. In terms of size, like there he is next to the Optimus. Like, yeah, that seems about right to me, scale-wise. That makes sense to me. You know, and he can carry a couple of Combaticons on him as well, which is also neat. And he can take his trailer off, really, and just be like a vehicle as his Optimus. And like, again, that seems about right scale-wise. Like you take this Jeep, I'm going to call it, next to Optimus. Yeah, that seems about right. I can buy it. They seem about on par with what they should be. There he is next to the Combiner Wars. Now, this is a little concerning for me. The Combiner Wars is actually a little bit taller. It was a Voyager. This is a Commander. I don't know, man. That's a little concerning. But he has a lot of extra parts on him and whatnot. So he probably is a Commander value. I mean, Rodimus Prime was. Silverbolt actually was. Motormaster actually was. To this day, the lightest, like least Commander class commander is actually Ultra Magnus, and he's great. So make of that what you will. A little bit taller here. He's kind of in line. This seems to make sense, honestly. And here he is next to a little bit shorter than this Voyager, and a little bit shorter than this Leader. So, about the same, slightly taller than Voyager, Alphatron or Scourge, if you will. So I don't know, man. You got a lot of comparisons here. Make of it what you will. That's all I can really say to you. I feel like he should be slightly taller than what he is. his embankment thing. I mean, that's fine. It done it in G1, so I'm not angry about it. This is obviously a pelvis and thighs, though. I wish they'd done something a little bit better with that. Now that I see him full of color, though, I do think he's better than I had originally anticipated, which is nice. Foot of Brawl, that's also nice. I show how to get to this mode tomorrow. And really, it's interesting because I tend to be unsure for tank and for leg mode. I tend to be unsure which way to turn the waist. But as you'll see, I have little guides, I suppose you could say, hints that I look for to know which way to orient myself. And I'll point them out to you in the full review tomorrow. Just so when you got yours, it's hopefully less fiddling around figuring it out. These arms are not doing it for me. If they were black, maybe something, but these arms are really not doing it for me. Like, I think they're the most egregious of any of the arms we've seen. They don't even try to tie together, man. I don't know. That's the ankle tilt. Seems high. I don't know. We'll see. I love Bruticus, but I don't know how I feel about this, man. Like, this looks pretty rough, dude. Pretty rough. That's high up. I hope this hinge here is very robust. If it's not, that's going to be a problem. If it is, then cool. And there he is with Devastator. Right? So right in scale, really, with what he should be with Superion. You get the idea, right? I do like the look of this, like, better than this, though. So anyway, time will tell. And this thing, 33 steps. I thought I saw a price for it somewhere, and I thought it was like a silly price for what it was, but I don't see it here now. If somebody knows what it is, I guess you can let me know. But, like, I don't know, 33 steps to turn this ball into this. It's just, I don't know. And apparently it's called Breakaway. It's not an Optimus Prime. Isn't Breakaway, like, didn't he come out in Titan's Return? I know it was Getaway, and I know it was renamed, but, like, I don't know. I'm not sold on that. Maybe you are. If you are, cool. Cool, I guess. What else can I say to you? It's cool, I guess. I'm going to go down. We're checking with you guys. Let's check in with you guys, see what you have been saying here. I'm going to go up here a little bit. Hey, Marcus. Hey, Daryl. Blue is singing happy birthday to you, Masterfire. Michael Bell was the voice of High Tide in Rescue Bots. I didn't know that. Interesting. I saw 86 Thundercracker the other day. Should I get him? 100%. Burn the Earthrise. That's garbage. Like, set that on fire and replace it with the infinitely superior Studio Series 86 Thundercracker. This one dude, man, has been all over me saying, it's so funny. He was on Facebook all over me in these groups. I mean, it's another one of these idiots, right? Who doesn't have a brain. Matt something or other. I don't know. Some twit. And see if I can find dude's name. I can't even find his name. And, like, it's so funny because he obviously doesn't know me, because he's like, I don't mind you. You just parrot what everybody else says. You just jump on bandwagons. It's like, do you know me at all? If anything, I'm one of the most disliked dudes in the entire fandom because I go against what a lot of people accept, and I call people out on it. He had this whole rant up about how the Earthrise was way better than the 86, and I was like, no, it's not. Stop lying to yourself, dude. Just because you're ham-handed and don't know what you're doing, stop attacking the quality of the figure. It's infinitely better than the Earthrise. The Earthrise was already outdated using old deluxe engineering. And the guy was like, you can't think for yourself. You just parrot what everybody else says. And I'm like, no, because a lot of people said that they actually really like the the Earthrise. And some people said they like it over the 86. I'm telling you now, apples to oranges. The 86 infinitely better, more and better engineering. less hollowness. And where there is hollowness, the plastic is more robust. It looks accurate to the show. If you want to leave the wings on the legs, it can look accurate to the toy. It even got the same flip-me-do through the chest that the original had, without having a whole bunch of junk hanging off the back. No, it is the superior one. You can choose to like the Earthrise all you like, but to say that it's better is factually, objectively wrong. I love, for example, the what? I don't know. The Titans Return Astrotrain. It's still my Astrotrain because I think the scale is right and I like the robot mode better. But I think most people would agree that for the main line, the most renowned, the most widely accepted as the best Astrotrain is the Siege, even with the new one coming out. A lot of people are saying, well, I'm only going to stick with the Siege anyway because it's the better one. I don't feel that way, but I'm also not going to be foolish enough to attack back and say, oh, it's just parroting what everyone says. I think it was a ripoff. It didn't have the math to match the value of a commander class. It just didn't. You could do what you like with it. It was never going to be a leader class. It was never going to be a leader class. It was a Voyager. Just like the Shockwave was a Voyager all along. You take all that junk off, Astrotrain's a dandy Voyager from the Siege line. Now, the difference would be if I came out to everybody out there that had Siege and said, well, you just like it because everybody else likes it and you can't think for yourself. That's not true. That's absolutely not true. I know what I prefer, and the guy is able to prefer whatever he likes, but at least be man enough to say, hey, I like this, even though it's inferior. I've got lots of stuff like that. The Legacy United Sandstorm, the Generation Sandstorm. I prefer the Generation Sandstorm. I think it's superior. But we all know that more work and more value and whatnot went into the Legacy United. So you got to be realistic about this stuff. Anyway, every time I say something now, the doofus comes out of the woodwork and tries to attack me as if he has a brain. Also, I learned today that Quora, that whole platform, basically they're okay with terrorist threats on there. Maybe not a great platform to use. Just saying. But yes, Master Fire, to circle back, absolutely, billion% get it. I like the more subdued branded clothing myself. Yes, like the darker shirts. I think 86 Thundercracker's fantastic. I like the pins, so it can add to my backpack. I don't know what that bad migraine. Bad migraine. Never had a headache. I hear they're terrible. Speedy recovery, Dragonfly. Yeah, feel better, man. Hey, Big M. I would not pass on Thundercracker. He's lovely. If you dig G1 accuracy. Hey, golfer dude. The pins look like ball markers. Ball markers. I'd say you're right. Yes. Thank you. Yes, I would say you're 1,000,000,000% right. Let's see. So we go down here a bit. I didn't realize those guys were coming that soon. I was thinking April, May. March is when they're slated to come out here, Daryl. I thought late March, to be honest with you, based on what I saw. So, Target put them out early, basically, right? And I don't know. No, you know what? I said I don't know if they're coming here, and that's a big lie for me. Because the pre-orders and stuff are at least on EB Games. So EB must be taking it over where Toys R Us closed down. That makes sense, I guess. Looking forward to Mega Zarek. Love that deco. I want that Mega Zarek. I've handled the Armada Megs. He's pretty nice, actually, though I don't really know the character. Legacy Armada Megatron was decent. Feels a bit bare bones without the gimmicks. And I've reviewed the original with the gimmicks. Legacy Armada Megatron was decent. It feels bare bones because that's where I left off. Avocado ad. I like avocados. I like guacamole too. There is no Armada gamed edition, but I made it up with the Armada toys coming out and the repaints as modern DLC set. Okay, whatever works for you, I guess, man. Yes, hamburger with avocado is very good. I agree with you, Blue Raccoon. I really like the one from Denny's that has avocado on it, actually. Love Denny's. Bruticus seems pretty big. He seems bulky to me, which he should be bulky. It wasn't me. I actually think these are not Nexus related. Oh, I thought it was you I was talking to. I don't know who it was then. Maybe it was Wayne. Maybe it was Wayne. Could be. I don't know now. Hey, Ken. I mean, surviving, buddy, surviving. So last week, I think I told you we had a big snowstorm. Oh, it didn't end. We had another one on the weekend. By Sunday evening, by Monday, sorry, because Sunday was the other storm, was like all day. By Monday, we had 170 centimeters of snow. 170. That's insane. Schools were closed until today because of snow clearing efforts. It was an insane amount of snow in a very short time span. And the funny part is, it really changed depending on where you live. Where I live, it was particularly high. But if you go where Daryl in the chat lives, about 10 minutes away, he didn't get nearly as much as we did. Still got a lot because everybody got a lot, but it was crazy series of storms. I've been broke up all week. Thank goodness tomorrow's Friday. I saw pics of him side by side with Superior. He's definitely taller. He certainly looks that way, doesn't he? Onslaught did transform into an anti-aircraft carrier. I think this was the best use of making a frame integrate with a main body bot. Maybe. We'll see. I just wish the arms weren't green because they'd stand out so bad. I definitely went down there too much. The leg mode is a heck of a lot more complicated than I expected. Yes, it is. If they make a Mexican soccer ball, I'll send it to my cousin in Mexico. 33 steps, all panel forming. I'd say you're right, Maximal 10. Hey, Quentin. Just finished watching. What? Just finished watching something, and now I'm here. Well, I hope whatever you were watching was good. I've had some weird arguments about 86 Thundercracker. Someone complained about the wingtips not being attached out of the box. Like, that's your deal breaker, really? I mean, I don't know why they weren't attached anyway, but just put them on. It's not a big deal. I think that the people that are complaining about it are trying to talk themselves out of the superior product. I'm sorry, the thing has a waist. It has less health. I can go on all day. And those of you that have been around the channel know that from day one, as soon as the Earthrise was announced, I said, that's abysmal. That's a disappointment. And then when I got it, you guys know, I immediately hated it and said, I immediately want this updated because this is awful. I think the Earthrise is so bad. Beautiful looking plane modes, but the robot modes are abysmal. Like I said, it's just the deluxes. And I never thought the deluxes were very good. They looked good, but man, trying to get a pose with those things was bull. And it's the same thing here. Just trying to bend a knee with the Earthrise. Like that little peg in the knee loves to pop out. You know, it's just, I don't know. I don't understand how anyone in their right mind with any ounce of analytical thought would be able to say, oh, yeah, no, the Earthrise is. I'm not saying you don't prefer it. That's a different thing. That's a different conversation. What you prefer is a different conversation. But saying it's better? No, it's not. We all know it's not. I can understand people preferring Earthrise Optimus. I get it. He's a beautiful Optimus. Siege, beautiful Optimus. I got news for you. The classics, a beautiful Optimus. All of them are great. But to say they're better than the 86 is factually wrong. Because if you look at the math, if you look at the value for money, it's just not. So like, it is what it is, right? Funny how when the fandom saw the 86 Astrotrain, all they look at is the Siege version, like perhaps you treated it too harshly. Maybe. The 85 Dusty was my first G.I. Joe figure. I still own him. Really? My first Joe was Airborne. My second was Bazooka. I don't remember my third. And then my fourth was actually Snake Eyes. And I had those 4 Joes, only those 4 Joes for a long time. And then I really got into G.I. Joe and had a whole bunch more. And got a great collection of 3 3/4 now. The new Secret mold is leaps and bounds better than the Siege mold. Better. Siege mold was okay for its time. The Siege is great for Tetrajets. It's a wonderful robot. You might say it's a bit panelly. I get it, but I don't really know how else you're going to do Tetrajets. I mean, Impossible Toys tried and failed. At least these look like the Seekers and they're passable Tetrajets. The evolution that we should have gotten following Siege should have been what we got now in Studio Series. The Earthrise never ever should have existed. That mold shouldn't even exist. They should have skipped over that and went right to what they got now. Hey, Professor M. I got the APC toys, Gear Toys. Prime Dreadwing today. He is excellent. I'm not shocked. I saw the pictures of that, and I thought that looked really good. I have Night Countess, and I've handled a few other things from APC Toys. I'm not even a little bit shocked at how good that is. Not even slightly shocked. I would have expected that. Let's see as we go down here a little bit. Hey, Toxitron. I'm dating myself now. My first was the what? The Not a Doll Grunt figure. Like the 12-inch one, the original, like Joe. That's really cool. I don't pay for YouTube. My wife did for a while. Yeah. I'm right there with you, Professor M. I'm right there with you, buddy. I pick up just about everything APC puts out. I can see why, Big M, because honestly, they do really, really good jobs. Really nice quality. I gotta say, very nice. Their Megatron, I'd still like to have their Megatron. I digress. Let's move on. The next TFCon guest is going to be Neil Ross. He's also going to LA. Of course, Bone Crusher, Crosshairs, Point Blank, Six Shot, Slag, and of course, Springer, probably best known as Springer. Also going to be at TFCon in a couple of weeks. The A-level in-hand images for Optimus and Bumblebee, the stock images. Great looking Bumblebee. I like the yellow that they chose to use. I'm glad they went with all plastic because it brings the yellow together visually so you don't have to try and match paint and plastic. I know that we got the shins being yellow because of transformation. A lot of people find that to be a bit of a shame, as do I, but I get it because in car mode then you would have these 2 black chunks on the center of the hood and that would look off-putting as well. I still think this is better than the 86. And the 86 isn't bad. It's not a bad figure. It's not the Bumblebee for me. I didn't like the chest of it. But I look at this and I feel like this is more Bumblebee than the 86 to me. Make of that what you will. A lot of similarities. Not the same, but a lot of similarities there to the KBB's Hornets Agent or the New Age, like little, I guess it was Micro Mastery version of it. Also, the Transformers 1 Orion packs. They probably should have put this out before the Optimus Prime. This looks better. The grays that they chose look better rather than the yellowy grays that they had. I like this big accessory. I think that the Orion packs is more successful than the Optimus Prime was. Go figure, right? But that's a nice, if you don't have an Orion packs in your collection, this is a great way to go. Honestly, great looking Orion packs, nice alt mode, good way to go. I have the Hero is Born Orion packs as my packs, but that's a great way to go. And I never thought I would say that I'm somewhat smitten with the Bumblebee, but I like the look of that Bumblebee. Yolo Park, Rise of the Beast RC. She has the die cast. She has the lights, all the details. A lot of parts there, of course, as you can see. But being AMK, it's not too hard to put together. She looks brilliant, right? Beautiful version of the movie RC. She has her tires on her back. Obviously, she doesn't transform because it's Yolo Park. But again, as I always say with these things, the paint, the sculpt, the detail, the love is all there. Everywhere. Like, this is what movie RC always should have been. I'm okay with her being a motorcycle. I like it. Transformers Prime is a motorcycle. But if you want like a G1 nod, like this, I feel like it's a nice melange, if you will, a nice mixture of Transformers Prime and G1. I think it's a great design for RC. Didn't translate that well to the little Studio Series core class figure, but she is beautiful. She really, really is. Very nicely done. Eyes lit up, very articulated, as you've seen. I mean, would you expect anything different? Different faces, visor. I don't think any of this is a surprise for what we would expect from Yolo Park, because they do gorgeous, gorgeous work. They really do. Just going down here to see some comparisons. I mean, there she is next to a couple of sound waves to give you an idea of her size, for example. Right? You know, she fits in certainly with her line, but she could fit in with even like mainline stuff, as you saw there with the sound waves. Just to give you an idea. Going up here, I mean, this is out too in Oklahoma, Target in Oklahoma, lot in Oklahoma. And it's that trash arachnid. I don't know why you would get this. Get the Studio Series 1, get the APC Toys Night Countess, get almost anything besides that. That looks so... I talked about it last week. That arachnid looks so bad. And she turns into an arachnid, but no helicopter. I don't know. It's not for me. Some unreleased Construct-Bots. Were you around when there were Construct-Bots? Which, of course, were basically our kids had them, and you would build the bots. It was a nice concept, neat idea, and they could transform. The problem is the ball joints, whatever they were made of, it was almost seemed rubbery to me, but the ball joints love to pop out. And that was the problem. They were more finicky than they should have been. Apparently, the designers here were told to focus a lot on the spring-loaded blasters and stuff. So that's why some of them look the way they do. Like, that's why this accessory looks the way it does. This obviously would have been an Optimus Prime. And that would have been his truck mode, right? With the great big tires. These tires were pretty common across them, as was this like bumper piece. Grimlock. Grimlock would have been cool. I think Grimlock would have been one of the best Construct-Bots. I think it would have worked real well. And Underbite. How often do we get we need like a Generations Underbite or something. We need an Underbite, because the only thing we got for him in that whole line, as I recall, was like a 1-step change or a 3-step change or something like that. Underbite never did get a proper RID release, and I think he really deserved it, honestly. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, you know? Woulda, coulda, shoulda. And that, of course, would have been his Roadster mode. And I think this would have worked well, too. What could have been, right? Construct-Bots were neat, but I learned quickly that they weren't going to last long because of the like ball joint design issue. So, see if I can get this right. Out in the UK, they have the Sideswipe and Wheeljack already that are just coming out. They were at a Smith's in St. Helens. The Hot Wheels Transformers Bone Shaker was at another Smith's. Twin Mill was also spotted at a Smith's, Briston, Longwell Green by Blitz. And they were both in the Hot Wheels section, by the way. Age of the Primes Wave 4, that's Wreck-Gar, found at Forbidden Planet. And the Studio Series, Leader Class Soundwave. That was also at Smith stores as well. So all of these products coming out there, kind of a little bit of a glut, if you will, but that seems to be the way it released in the US and here in Canada. The side swipe and the wheeljack are nice in particular. Go up here. And I'm going to go back out of this to here. And this should be the end of the news here. This is the Transformers Zoids Diaclone Shield D. Quite expensive. I mean, it has LED lights and it has Diaclone pilots and magnetic feed, and like it has modular configuration. Like there's a lot to it. It's expensive, but there's a reason it's expensive, right? Right? Shield D Prime. I don't know Zoids. It wasn't a thing I ever heard of or grew up with, or I don't know when it was out. I don't know anything about it, so that doesn't speak to me. Same with Diaclone. I don't really know anything about Diaclone. So this wouldn't be for me, but I this is one of those cases where I do respect it, like the little Diaclone pilots. I think it'd be a hoot and a half to have this guy. I don't think it's worth it for me. There's, I guess, the instructions. Right? I mean, he's a big boy. There's no doubt. There you go. There you go with instructions. You can see it compared to that guy's hand, right? Like, we're talking a significant size here, really. Obviously, he has like I'm going to call it a Zoid alt mode. I'm assuming a Zoid looks like a lion or whatever, because that's what it kind of looks like. It looks like a robotic lion. Very Voltron-esque. And those that know Zoids better than me obviously would understand all this a lot better than me. Well-articulated animal mode by the look of it. I don't think I need a million pictures of it, though. And this is the robot mode. A lot of blue, some red. I mean, you look at it, it's very Optimus Prime-y. I don't hate this at all. Not at all. I'm sure it's quite expensive. And it's not for me, but I respect its existence, and I respect the fans that, would say, man, I love Diaclone, I love Transformers, I love Zoids, I love all three, I need this. I understand why. I get why you would be pulled in that direction. In hand of Freakwency. And, I mean, not much to see. It's a van. Underneath the van is pretty clean. You can see the head, and you do see the legs, but, like, it's clean under here. There's no doubt. That's the little chicken thing that I guess becomes his blaster accessory. I don't know Stranger Things, so this doesn't really speak to me, but I like the look of it. And this is a very nondescript van. This is extremely robot in disguise. And I like that. You'd never suspect that this is an actual Transformer. Like this, you might know, because what vehicle has doors like that? As for size, I don't know, Voyager-esque by the look of it. Very clean, very boxy. Nice head sculpt. Looks like he got a little bit of a smirk there. I don't know how all the articulation is. A lot of comparisons. So you can see, I mean, the size of them compared to other, not just Stranger Things, but I mean Ghostbusters and Back to the Future, and I mean Ninja Turtles and the two Primes. You can see how he fits in there. I'd say Voyager-esque. Yeah, he's definitely not deluxe. I would say Voyager-esque is about right for him. Cool. I mean, he's neat. Like I said, not for me, but he's neat. This is the big one. Garry Chalk. Full remission from stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. That's huge news. Really, really wonderful news. Far too often we have to do a moment of silence here when we start the show. I'm really happy to be able to report something like this. He is the first Canadian to receive this really like new chemotherapy treatment. It worked so well on him that it will be used for other patients. Really nice to see such medical innovation here in Canada. I don't know. I mean, I heard this, I read this, and I'm like, that's great. An innovation to combat cancer. And then I was like, and then on the flip side, you got a doofus like RFK saying that Tylenol gives you autism, which we know is not true. But like, there's the difference. There's the difference. This is scientific research that reaped very, very wonderful results for a beloved voice actor to a lot of us. For me, he'll forever be Optimus Primal, but for a lot of people, he's their Optimus Prime. You know, touched a lot of lives in this fandom, probably more than Garry will ever know. It's wonderful to see it. Really, really happy that I was able to get to report that. And I'm not going to lie, proud that he's the first Canadian to have it. Proud that this is a Canadian like chemotherapy that was used for him. Really, really stuff that makes me very proud, I must say. We're going to go up here. And all the best to Garry in his recovery and his continued, growth and success. He has some projects coming up. Great stuff. Really great to see. If you're into the Eva Optimus, there is a transformation video up. I'm obviously not showing it, but it is up there. If you're down for it, check it out. In-hand images. We saw some earlier for the things that were released at Target for Studio Series. Age of the Primes, we saw the Onslaught. Well, now, here we also have the Age of the Primes. Powerglide. And I like this. The inside of the body, all nice and silver. You got the little heart outlined. It's not just molded in. It's all painted in. Real nice. The gray is growing on me a little bit. I still feel like it's too dark. I still feel like it's a little off, but it's growing on me a little bit. I do like the overall look of the guy. I hope these hinges are really robust plastic. I'm a bit nervous about that. There he is with the mutant mask on. Sure, why not? In box, I even like the look of him in box. And of course, a whole setup. I mean, I don't know how many these mini bots are in deluxe, but you know what? Like, I don't see any of these characters needing to be done again. If you are somebody whose sensibilities say the old Legends class offerings of these characters, yeah, that's the right size. Then stick with them. All of them have been done at the Legends size class. Every single one. And done well. If you have preferred the deluxes, which are not really deluxes a lot of the time, like I'm looking at you, Wind Charger, 62 grams. But if you prefer them at that price point, now pretty much all of them have been done there as well. Not many standouts at all at this point, if any. Yeah, I mean, impressive. Powerglide was one that a lot of fans waited on for a long time, and now you're being rewarded. Simple as that. Again, in hand, a Kranix. And I like Kranix. He's been getting a bit of a raw deal. A lot of people don't like him. I really do. I think it's a great Kranix. He does have the alt mode that he had from the comics that was also like concept art. I don't care if he has an alt mode, but I'm not going to be angry that he does. Great range of motion here, as you can see. Cool, like shippy alt mode. Weird looking, sure, but I mean, it's not even Cybertronian. It's Lithos. Is that what he lived on? Lithone? I guess to be Lithonian. I can't wait for him. I like this. Kranix encounters Hot Rod and Cup as they when they are escaping captured by the Quintessons. Seems pretty solid. I mean, he's obviously a deluxe, fits right in there with Wheeljack and Sunstreaker, for example. Fits in with Cup, and let's be clear, though this junk here is sold as a Voyager, it's clearly a deluxe. Hasbro played us all for fools with this guy, and they're doing it again. This is not a Voyager. It will never be. Stop lying to yourself and stop trying to convince me. That's not for you guys in the chat. That's for everybody else that's going to, try and come at me and be like, oh no, this, that, and the other thing. It's not. Stop, grow up. I mean, here he is next to essentially a couple of leaders, although I would call him Voyager. Looks great. Honestly, I really, really like him. Really happy with that guy. Can't wait to get Kranix. Bitter as the day is long that I don't have him yet. Yoloprk also showed off their Optimus, their Dinobot and their Optimus Primal, I should say, from Beast Wars. These are AMK, so no diecast, no lights, but like, still, look at this Dinobot. Even without the lights and the diecast. Come on. Same with Primal. They went for the cartoon design rather than the like actual fur texture detail, the more smooth shoulders and stuff like the cartoon would have had. Obviously, neither of these transform, but very well done high-end figures. No doubt about it. And like, I guess Astrotrain in hand. I don't know. Look at the back. Does that look any good? I'm not going through all of these because I don't respect this guy. You know, does that look good? Do you think that looks good? I feel like you can almost see through the wings. And like here he is next to Soundwave, who's is he leader class? Here he is next to the Siege. Like, how is it that the Siege is almost the size of this leader class and height-wise? And how is it that he looks like he has so much more mass than this guy has? And you'll notice the purple and red paint on the ribs that this guy's lacking. This is not finished. That's what this feels like. That's what this looks like. It looks not finished. This, as much as I'm not a huge fan of it because I thought it was too small and I didn't like it being sold as a leader, at least this looks like Astrotrain. At least you look at this and you're like, yeah, that looks like Astrotrain. I don't know. I don't know, man, about this. I got to be honest with you. I guess the train looks pretty good. That purple's real bright, though. It's a weird purple that they're using. It's almost a blue. Strange purple. But I think it's in scale pretty good. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about trains, but I feel like it's a better scale train than the Siege was. Not that the Siege is bad. I get it. If you're staying with your Siege, I get it. I do think, gosh, look at this. Oh, man, you talk about how bad this was. Look at this. Sure, there's a big hole in the shuttle. What the hell is this all about? Front looks good, but this looks real bad, man. If it's not a hole and that's a black piece, it looks awful. I don't know about this, man. I almost want to review it now to see if it's really as bad as it looks, or is it going to be shockingly better? Because it looks awful. Like, look at this. Look at the way these feet are. Look at those heels. Oh my God. I just can't. I want to review it because I think it's going to be terrible. Sucker for punishment. I'm going to close that out. Let's see what you guys are saying here a little bit. I know that I got to go back up here a bit. I wouldn't say beautiful unless Starscream Wife is hearing. I don't know what that means, but okay. That figure's atrocious. I saw TFCon Arachnid last night. Leave that. Oh, wait. Do you mean the Studio Series one? Then, I mean, get it if you want. If you want an Arachnid, that's the one to get. 2013-ish. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that sounds about right. The spider legs can be a little annoying, but I'm willing to overlook it since the rest of her is so good. Good hanging out for a bit, but I have some students I'm tutoring here in about 5-10 minutes. So I wish you all well and have a great day, everyone. Glad I popped in. You go on, Professor. I know exactly what it's like. I get it, man. Students, teacher to teacher. I get what you're doing. Bad props. Passed a lot of the Walmart. Last night they were loaded. You said that earlier, I think. Teach them a great lesson, Professor. I want that Siege Sunstreaker released this year, but financially nothing else. That's fair. By the way, hi, Adam. Ectotron, thank you. Yeah, the Ghostbusters one. I couldn't remember his name. I haven't watched Stranger Things in a while, but he looks cool. He does look cool. I agree. I watched season 1, and that was it. Yeah, it's great that Gary's better. I'm really, really happy to see that for him. Really, anytime anyone beats cancer, it should be celebrated because it's so brutal, and we all have been we've all been affected by it, either directly or indirectly in our lives, right? But that's excellent news for him. Hey, Prism. Sorry, I won't say Astrotrain ever again. Okay. Might have to check that video out. Eva Prime looks great. He does look great. If you're into it, certainly check it out, right? Powerglide, Sea Spray, Beachcomber out. Time to get GoBots. I mean, they did 3 of the GoBots, and they already done Bug Bite, and they done Road Ranger. I think there might only be one left that they haven't updated yet, and I'm not sure which one that is offhand. Oh yeah, the Powerglide, Bad Boy. They still got to do Bad Boy, which I presume will be Powerglide in white and blue, white and purple, something like that. Super glad about that. I saw the alt mode in the comic. Yeah, Lithone, thank you. Cobra Rattler again. I think you're talking about Venom. Sorry, Viper. Viper. I'd be down for a Viper, for another Viper redo. Why not? Stop. Get some help. Stop. Yeah, that's right. Sad how Kranix lost everything. Hot Rod is not a Voyager. I mean, I've said it for 6 years. It's a mediocre deluxe. It's fine for a Hot Rod. But right now, what you should be paying for it is $27 in the US. I think that's what your deluxes are, 27. And your Voyagers are like 43. No, that Hot Rod is not worth 43 American. No, that Hot Rod is not worth 50 Canadian. It's worth about 30 Canadian. It's worth about 22, 23 American. Fine. Pay maybe 36 Canadian. I don't even think it's worth that. I think it's worth about $20 Canadian. I think it's worth about 15 US. I don't think it's very good. I think the engineering is pretty bad on it, especially the way the legs are done. It's just, I'm sorry, but I've been 6 years and my opinions have not changed. And the math and the reality has not changed. It's not a smooth transformation. I'll give the new one credit. I do think the magenta is a little bit better. And I do think that not having the yellow hinge on the top of the vehicle is better. But why did you still do the knees the wrong color, the elbows the wrong color? You're charging a Voyager for this. At least get the damn thing the right bloody color. It's not a lot to ask. You're already taking away the mass. You haven't got a ton of paint on it. Least you could do is get stuff the right color, and you couldn't even be bothered to do that. I think it's the most insulting thing that we've ever experienced in Transformers in 40 years. I think it's that big of an insult. And not because it's bad, but because it's not a Voyager. Possibly the worst leader we've had in ages for Astrotrain. I agree. Look out for the train. Astrotrain is hungry. The new Voyager is almost the old leader price point, which is ridiculous. Like, I'm getting sick of this stuff. And I've been beating the drum on the prices, saying, as customers, you got to hold Hasbro account. Man, I've been doing that since 2019. The narrative isn't changing because the math isn't changing. Blurple. Yes, it's very blurple color. You're right. Thank you, Marcus. Only the train mode looks decent. Yeah, the train mode looks decent the more I see it. And you're right. It's the only mode that looks any good. Crasher. Oh, yeah, Crasher was a GoBot. You're right. Choo Choo Brain should have gone to the gym. Yeah, you're not wrong. I just got off work. Hope your day's been well. My day's been well, but it's been a heck of a week with snow shoveling and stuff. Okay, let's do the trivia, the unboxing, and get out of here. How's our time going? Pretty good. Here is the trivia. Are you guys ready? Listen closely. How many named cassette minions does G1 Soundwave have? This does not include Ravage clones, and it does not include unnamed generics, basically. So how many named cassette minions does Soundwave have? A, 16, B, 11, C, 12, or D, 18. 16, 11, 12, or 18. How many does he have actually named? Come on, you guys are smart. Tell me what he has actually named. How many? Don't look it up. Come on. 16, 11, 12, 16. Okay, count with me now. Are you ready? Here we go. The Auto Scout, Beast Box, Buzzsaw, Enemy, Flip Sides, Frenzy, Garboil, Glit, Howlback, Laserbeak. That's 10. Overkill, Slugfest, Rumble, Ravage, Ratbat. That's 15. Squawk Talk, Sunder, even though a lot of people associate it with Blaster, he's actually a Decepticon. Wing Thing, 18. 18 he has by name. Now, there are generics. There are clones of Ravage that have been established. But for actual named minions, he has 18. That's crazy. And we'll do the unboxing. Get it here. Did anybody guess 18? Did we have an 18 anywhere? I don't think we had an 18. And the unboxing, I'm only doing it. It's very small. It's one little. Yeah, some were quite close. You're right. It's one little bot. It's only in a bag. It belongs to Maximal 10. So I told you that we're going to do Soundwave. No, we're going to do Brawl tomorrow, then Soundwave on Tuesday. Next Friday is probably going to compare maybe the Earthspark Warrior Thrash to the Deluxe. Maybe that'll be the following, like next Friday. Then the following week, on the Tuesday, we'll have a look at the Hong Li, Prowl, and Smokescreen. We'll do that as a 2-for-1. And then that Friday, so 2 Fridays from tomorrow, we'll take a look at Dune Runner. Revenge of the Fallen, Dune Runner. Could it be the live-action movie's answer to Beachcomber? Shockingly, fun little scout class, legends class type of lad. Better than I tend to find with a lot of Bayverse stuff. A lot of live action stuff. It'll be a fun one to look at in comparison to Beachcomber. And that's it, my friends. We've done all the news. We've done the trivia. And we've done this week's unboxing. And we know that we have some interesting listings coming up. The Mega Zarak, the Generations Pack, whatever the Cybertronic is, Cybertread. It'll be interesting to see. Interesting times ahead. Anyway, we're heading into the weekend. I hope that you guys have a tremendous one. Stay safe out there. Have a good time the weekend. And, of course, as always, I want to thank you for coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button. Stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, man, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there. You do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos. Take care, guys.